Can't break up. You're okay. And the other two that were there. Hardy didn't.
They got in, and then
And then Daryl came.
We'll call the November 22nd, 2021 Village of Mount Sterling Council meeting to order. Roll call.
David.
Here.
Melanie.
Here.
Craig.
Here.
Becky.
Here.
Jay.
Here.
Andy.
Here.
All is present.
All right, David, you want to lead us in
Yes.
a quick prayer?
Lord, thank you for another wonderful day. And Lord, be with Marcy and her family as they grieve for their father. And Lord, be with the family and touch them and tell them they're not alone, you're with them. And Lord, be with the council tonight and our decisions, and be with each member as they make decisions, and also be with our mayor as decisions are to make, and be with our wonderful village tonight, Lord. And let them know they're not alone, and he touches us every day in our lives. And also be thankful in this time of Thanksgiving. In Jesus' wonderful name, amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We currently have no minutes to approve because we just had a meeting last week and we've had a staff member out, so we don't have those yet to be approved. They will be on the next meeting. Mayor's report, I do not have anything at this time. President Pro Tem?
Nope,
Jay?
since we just met late last week, I have nothing new to report.
We have no signed-in visitors to make comments, so no executive session. Department reports, Jack left these reports to be passed out.
Where'd he go?
He chose not to stay.
Chose not to stay.
So, I guess these will be for you to look over. Looks like civil process is the one that's got the most right now. We are hearing things about a lot of porch pirates right now. Not necessarily right here, but with Christmas coming and people asking if they're gonna be shopping Amazon to hurry up and get those gifts. But so I would just be very wary of, you know, of those kind of situations. Any questions that I can either take back or other than the obvious one? All right. No law report. Misty is out. Do you want to say anything in regards to our last few days of trying to play Misty?
Yeah, so, we can make a report on that. So you probably, if any of the public is calling in or have seen Marcy or I at the window, we are not Misty. So if you guys can please bear with us, this is not something I know a little bit, but not enough to be dangerous. So I guess I say that loosely, but in a funny, joking way. So if you have any questions, we are answering the phones, we are here, the window is open, we are taking payments. So if you have any questions, we're trying to communicate back with her. She's out ill right now, so, like David was saying in the prayer, we pray for those that are kind of getting through sicknesses. So we hope she comes back here and she's healthy again. So if you can just please bear with us, there may be some delays or some changes that you might not see or hear us on the phone with, so please bear with us. And we just-
How's her health coming along, Courtney?
She's being examined, and hopefully just with rest and sleep and stuff, and she builds back her energy, she can come back to us, so hopefully soon. So just please bear with us and have patience, is all I ask.
Zoning and building, we have no report there. That takes us to fiscal officer.
Okay, so like everybody has said, we met last Wednesday. These reports that you guys had approved last meeting on the 17th were for the month of October. So these reports and financial reports that you have here in front of you would be from November 1st until the 19th of November. I didn't receive any questions or comments on any of these, so do we have any comments that anybody would like to raise or ask? I do want to point out here just visually is that on your payment listing, it says that it was a skipped check number. My printer was broken at the time, so that's why that one's been voided and issued for a zero amount. Okay, so with that said, I would just ask for a motion for the approval of the appropriation status, the revenue status report, the receipt listing report, the payment listing report, the comparison of budget and appropriated report, the cash summary by fund report, and your rebate report.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
It's Craig first, Jay was second.
Roll call?
Okay, David,
Yes.
Melanie,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Andy?
Yes.
Also, as a reminder to you guys as council, when packets were sent, there is a piece of legislation in here that I will be asking to be passed as an emergency, but we'll get to that when we get there.
Okay. Takes us to committee reports. Finance, Andy?
Nothing to really update, other than to remind everyone that the next finance meeting will be on December the 13th.
Pleasant Township, Melanie?
Nothing to report, no meeting. Next meeting is December 6th in the Township Building at 7 p.m.
Squad, Jay?
Nothing to report. Our next meeting is the second Wednesday, so it would be December 8th at 8 p.m. As far as I know, that's meeting still happening.
Fire, Craig?
No report. Our meeting is this Wednesday at the 24th at 8.
Okay. Water, wastewater?
No report. Our meeting in December will be the 1st at 9 a.m. as needed.
Okay. Where am I? Street, Andy?
Nothing to report, other than that our next meeting will be December the 1st at 8 a.m. So right in advance of the water meeting.
Parks and Rec, Melanie?
I just want to remind everybody to come out December 2nd to the open house, 7 p.m. right here in council chambers. I hope we get a wonderful response from the public. We want to know what your ideas are for Mason Park, so please, everybody, come on out. Next meeting will be December 6th, 8 a.m.
I have a couple things. Per your guys' request, I did just make some copies of the flyer that you wanted. The survey I have up here also, if you know people that aren't like computer savvy that you want to give them to. The link that was sent out to you originally, I think was considered a test link. So the new link is on there, so you can go on. I activated it today. We do have 3 responses so far, because I posted it on the mayor's Facebook page. But one of those was mine. I had to test it just to make sure it was working.
So is that link on the flyers?
Yep. Also, if you go to the mayor's page, you can then share both. There's 2 separate posts that I made today. One was for the open house, but it had this link information on it too. And the other one gives you just click straight on it, and it'll take you right there. So if you go on my Facebook page and share it to your page, we'll just get more of the word out. I started making a list of places that we could maybe send the flyers to and stuff, and I don't know, I'm gonna go over that tomorrow and ask some people if we can do that, like maybe some flyers to the school. I don't know is the youth league is probably not meeting anymore this year, are they?
Not really for this year. It's more of just
Yeah,
kind
so
of
if you could
getting stuff
share
prepared,
that
yeah.
so that the youth league knows. I don't know if the churches would want them for their bulletins or anything like that, but that way, since we're on a short amount of time before the date gets here, we might be able to get, some more responses, so,
And we'll put it on the village website too.
yep.
Will there be a box so they can put their form in front of the town hall
I
then,
never
basically?
thought about that, but yeah, we probably should do that.
Yeah, so they
Or you
can,
could put it in the lockbox if you want to.
okay, and where do we put the water bills? Okay.
I just, because people's gonna ask when we get the
Well,
forms.
I just feel weary that some people feel that they need to put their name on there, and some people.
Yeah,
need-
okay, okay.
And I did get verification back from Senator Hackett's aide in regards to the timing of us getting a completed packet per se to him. And I told him that we were having the open house and we were doing the survey, and he was totally cool with, anything after December 6th. So we're good there, just to ease your minds a little bit. Record of retention, Andy.
We have not met this month, but we'll be meeting on November the 29th at 8 a.m.
Nuisance and abatement, Jay?
Yes, there was a meeting this morning, and this is more of old and new violations per se. We just discussed making good progress. We don't have a meeting scheduled yet for December. That'll be TBD as we kind of get everybody's schedules together. But just want to remind the residents that there is an anonymous link on our website that they can, if they have some grievances or some concerns, they can send a little picture there. Of course, you can always call Town Hall or myself on Facebook as well, message me, and to share your concerns, and we'll actually drive up and address it, and you never know, you might be the next council member. Just kidding, Tilly. But no, just you have ways to be anonymous. I don't feel like we're going to drag your name in front of the public. This is just, obviously, there's sometimes some concerns. If there's law, if it's, especially concerning health or hazardous, of course, we want to make sure. Now with getting colder, some folks are going to get creative and trying to stay warm. So let's just make sure we're being aware of our neighbors and what's going on in our village. Thank you.
Safety and Block Watch, Becky?
We just finished a meeting a few minutes ago. Not a lot to say about that. Don't know when we'll have another meeting.
Okay. Planning and zoning, Andy?
Nothing to report. Our next meeting, we've just had one, so our next meeting will be on December the 7th.
I have a quick question for Andy, maybe
Yeah.
nothing crazy.
Okay.
So we're seeing action happen over on Wingate in that area. So is there kind of like a progress report y'all can?
We've actually asked for a couple of those and have not received anything. So we're interested in a progress report both on that block as well as the block immediately next door. So there's two of them. And we know today that there's some work which is being done on the fire hydrants, and the chief has worked with us to try to figure out, okay, what's going on with those, because they need to meet code too. And those are not fixed, and at least that as of the last meeting had not been fixed, and we need to look at those before too much more development goes in. But no, we certainly can reach out and find out where they are. But our understanding is there's been, as of the last meeting, I want to say 3 building permits, 3 lots sold, and three interest and 3 solid building permits. And my understanding from the developer is that there's strong demand, so looking for more.
Andy, any information how many houses we may have down the road, or if that have been brought up yet?
For just that one?
Yes.
For just that block? I think it's 40, isn't it 42? 47,
Quite a few
thank you.
homes then, I just.
Yeah, it's a good
curious,
solid
yes.
block, we'll take them, for sure.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone to the village.
Okay. Ordinance and resolutions.
Okay, so we have the first ordinance, again, this is on the second reading. Ordinance 2021-20, an ordinance to make appropriations for the current expenses and other expenses of the village of Mount Sterling for the state of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2022. This is second reading.
Is there a motion to place this on the second?
Have that
reading?
motion?
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Roll call?
Melanie,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Andy,
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Passed on the second reading.
Okay.
The next ordinance is ordinance 2021-21, an ordinance allowing the fiscal officer to transfer funds from the water operating OWD account fund to the water operating fund, and to transfer funds from the sewer operating OWDA fund to the sewer operating fund. And this is on the second reading.
Is there a motion? Place this on the second reading?
I'll give you that.
Okay, second?
I'll
Second.
s-
Jay was, I heard
Yeah,
Andy.
Andy and Jay.
Yeah, Jay said me.
Is that okay?
Yes. Roll call?
Craig,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Andy,
Yes.
David?
Yes.
And Melanie.
Yes.
Passed on the second reading.
Okay.
Okay, this is as an emergency, and I'll explain once I read. Ordinance 2021-22, an ordinance increasing appropriations to the water fund to allow for payment for supplies and materials and declaring this as an emergency. So the reason why you're getting this as an emergency is, I had received a letter in the mail, actually, it was on Thursday evening. And, our supplier has, as I reported a lot in the wastewater and the finance committee, is that our vendors are starting to send out their pricing. And as we know with the pandemic and increases to all supplies, I'm sure everybody has experienced that in one or two or maybe all certain ways, is that the pricing for this specific chemical that we use at the water plant, which is caustic soda, I priced it out. So anything, what I've thought to be diligent in saving costs to the village is to start pricing out what they believe it's going to be at the beginning of next year. And this one in specifically has increased almost 27%. So, and actually for 3,800 gallons of it is gonna cost well over $13,000. So in order to get your fixed rate in now, we better lock it in before the end of the year, because once it goes up, we will have to pay that. Now, this is a
good for another year then?
well, it would be good to have that price now for our next year bulk.
Right,
Sale.
Okay.
So, this usually lasts us, usually we order it in February, and then it lasts us until about now. So we have about 500 gallons left in here. So with supply and demand, as we know, getting it shipped and freight is another question, another, issue, is that we've seen that increasing. So that's about $700 just for the shipping of that container, to be, driven by truck down to the field.
In other words, we're preparing for avoiding any future
Yeah,
raises.
so that's what I've been doing, is just trying to see what
Mm-hmm.
inflation's gonna be, and if I can lock in any of these chemicals that we can get, or any supplies that we need to have, like, somewhat of a bulk, because the other issue is that the wait time is a problem, because now everybody's kind of doing that, and everybody's, storing up a lot of their chemicals, so that if they can't get it, they're looking at 3 to 4 weeks out, just to get supplies. So what I've been doing is, shopping around. So I did receive 3 quotes for this same sort of product. This is a new vendor, so you probably will see that large payment, and you will see a new vendor on here, because this was offered by Madison County. So they were kind of, shopping around for us too, to use some of their vendors that they use in Plain City too. So I really do think that this is a need and a cost savings, but I know we have 1 more or 2 more meetings left for the rest of the year, so I'm gonna try and see if we can, in the next week or so, if there's any other things, but this one is the most expensive. So this is why this is an emergency, is to reappropriate money so that we can purchase it now.
It's good you was looking into that, though, in the long run. That was a
Yeah.
great
Because even the
thing,
wait
yeah.
time of what they're saying is that even if you order it, like, say, today,
Mm-hmm.
they're waiting like 3 to 4 weeks out. So if we
Whoa.
ever run out of that, then,
We're stuck.
you're
stuck.
And you don't want to be in that position. because
Exactly.
Now everybody's doing it.
All right, so we need to have a motion to suspend the rules for ordinance 2021-22.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll go ahead.
No, go ahead, it's all you.
You guys need to arm wrestle, or?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Becky.
Thank you.
Yeah, Craig, Becky?
Okay, and Becky?
Roll call.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Jay?
Yes.
Andy?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Melanie?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Is there a motion to place this on the first, second, and third readings?
Have that motion?
I'll second it.
Okay,
Okay, that was David, Melanie?
yep.
Jay?
Yes.
Andy?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Melanie?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Now I need a motion for passage of ordinance 2021-22.
Motion?
Second. Oh, go
Jay, I
ahead.
heard
You got it.
second.
Yep.
Okay. Jay and Becky?
Roll call.
Andy?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Melanie?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Becky?
Yes.
Jay?
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2021-22 has
It's
passed.
hard to say, isn't
I
it?
know. Okay, so we have the last piece of legislation is resolution 2021-08. A resolution authorizing Marcy Darlington, mayor or her designee, to enter into an agreement with Rumpke Waste Services for the village's solid waste collection and disposal. This is on the second reading.
Is there a motion to place this on the second reading?
Have that motion?
Second.
That was David, Craig.
Roll call?
David,
Yes.
Melanie,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
Becky,
Yes.
Jay,
Yes.
Andy.
Yes.
Motion has been passed on the second, resolution has been passed on the second reading.
Okay. That takes us to a roundtable. Does anyone have anything?
Oh, I want to bring up on roundtable tonight, this is the 58th anniversary of President Kennedy's assassination. And man, it makes me feel old. I was a 9-year-old boy on the playground when they called us in, and our teacher was shaking, saying the president had been, and of course, we had only never thought of anything happening in our country, and it just seems hard to believe it's been 58 years, and we're going into the Thanksgiving, and I think a lot of times we're not thankful for the little things we have. We have the freedom to be in this building, freedom of worship, and sometimes I think there's other countries would love to have what we have here. I know at times government, we don't think it's working the way we want it to work, maybe and stuff, but thank God we're in a country we can say our opinions, all of us sitting here, and you do that in some countries, your head would be cut off or something, but praise God that we live in a country that's free.
Anyone else?
Yes, I just want to thank, again, the American Legion, the Women's Auxiliary, the Chamber of Commerce. Courtney, I know you're in the Chamber of Commerce, but Saturday we did the Community Appreciation Dinner, and it was very nice that we all came together and cooked a wonderful meal for the community, and were able to serve them, and it was really nice. I just, I hope more people try to get involved in these things. And then the Chamber of Commerce actually wanted me to ask you guys. December 4th is Christmas in the Village. So they said, hey, would council like to have a car or a float in the parade? I said, well, I will ask them. And they said, hey, would the mayor like to have a car or a float in the parade? I said, I will ask. And then they said, hey, would the youth league, they had 10 teams or so. So Jay, if you want to maybe spread the word, if any youth league teams want to have a truck or car or float in the parade on December the 4th. So December the 4th is Christmas in the Village, and it's from 4 to 8 p.m. There's a Facebook glitch right now that when you put times in an event, it changes your times. Like you have 4 to 8, and it'll show up to half the public as 5 to 9. And we can't figure out what the glitch is. Don't know if it happened because of the time change. So if you're not sure and you're seeing 2 different times on different events, contact someone that's in charge of the event, and we'll try to get that straight. But I know December the 4th is 4 to 8. And I just want to remind really quick, because this is the last time we'll be together before that event. There will be food trucks. Santa and Mrs. Claus will both be there giving out candy and wishes for children. They will arrive on the float at the parade. So they won't be there until after 6 p.m. But there will be an ugly outfit contest for humans, and there'll be a best dressed contest for pets that day. We will have caricature drawings and face paintings for the public available. We are paying for that. The Chamber of Commerce and other local businesses are paying for that, those services. There will be a business tree decorating contest. If you're a business, even if you're just in business for yourself, it can be up to a 4-foot tree, and the public can vote for free on those, and then there'll be a silent auction, and all that money will go back to the community center. So that's a great cause. We will be having a giving tree, which we've done every year. There's blankets and gloves and hats and scarves on that tree. That'll be outside, and if anyone would like to make donations of any of those items, we sure would be grateful. The Nazarene Church will be having the live nativity here on Town Hall lawn, so that's exciting, the first time it's been here. So more people will be able to get to see that. There'll be a petting zoo, again, free. We're paying for that. The American Legion gave a generous donation too. There'll be a vendor market, so you can shop your local entrepreneurs and get some Christmas gifts and some decor for the holidays. There'll be a horse-drawn ride. I don't know if it's a sleigh ride or a buggy, a carriage. So there'll be a horse-drawn. Now, that is the only thing that is cost. It does cost $10 a person to participate, and that's going to begin down at Reiterman's Feed, and then they'll take you a nice little, I think they said it's like a mile lap, and then back to Reiterman. So that would be a really fun experience and get to take some pictures. Of course, the parade will be starting at the community center. Lineup will be at 5:30. If anybody wants to be in the parade, you sure are welcome. We call it an illuminated parade because it is dark, so we hope you have some lights on your vehicle. Or bike or walking. Madison Plains Band's going to be here, and West Falls Band's going to be here, so that's going to be exciting. But that parade will start at 6. We have a parade route somewhere, and I believe it's coming from the community center up, this is Main, and then it's going to loop back around and then come back up London and go all the way down by the Dairy Freeze and then turn and go back into the community center. So hopefully we'll reach a lot of people to get to see that. And I'm sure if the kiddies are lining the streets, there'll be lots of candy thrown from the parade. And like I said, this is a no-cost event other than, if you purchase items. But let's see here. Was that
Becky,
it?
is there going to
Courtney?
be like a lighting of the Christmas tree like we've
Yeah.
had in the past?
Yeah, we're going to light the Christmas tree. We were thinking about letting Santa do it, but it's so late. Like, by the time he gets back here, it's probably going to be 6:30, 6:45, and so we're going to probably light it early. I think the Chamber of Commerce is going to light it at the beginning.
By chamber, yeah.
Yeah, so,
But
Was
there's
it-
flyers too, there's, if you go into, some of your local businesses,
mhm.
and there's, copies of the events and everything out here in the lobby, if anybody needs to come by and look at those or call in.
Is there anything I missed? I mean, there's probably more stuff going on. We keep,
Trucks.
food truck, we keep adding to it. So,
Petting zoo.
petting
So
zoo.
who do they call about to be part of the parade?
Tom Corbin. And you can call here, the town hall, and Courtney can give that phone number if you want to be in the parade. Or if you don't make that connection, just show up at the community center at 5:30 and he'll stick you in the parade. And if you still want to be a vendor, if you're crafty and you want to be a vendor, contact Barbie. Or you can call me and I can get it to Barbie. The two groomers will be in charge of, there'll be a chili contest that day too, at Hammer Time. So for $5, you can enter your best chili. And for $5, you can taste all the chilies that are entered. And all that money will go to the parks. Hammer Time's become a big supporter of the parks, and they're going to do a lot of events next year to help benefit the park and match some funds for that grant that we're in line for. So we're super excited about that. But, I just challenge everyone to come out to that event and show, your community spirit, the holiday spirit, and, just take a look around at what your community's doing, and you'll be glad you did.
You brought up about the mitten tree, and I helped around that, and it is such a thing. You don't realize how many people in need until you see them around that tree. It is a great thing.
Anyone else? All right, thank you everyone for your 2 hours today, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We'll see you after.
You as well.
After that.
Safe Thanksgiving.
Jay and Marcy, can I have you guys sign real quick?
Almost as
Sorry, my shirt is there. Yeah.